Hi everyone, this is Jake from Look Back Blind Faith. This week I'd like to talk about realizing what God has given you. And I'd like to share a personal story that is personal to me. I'm hoping you can connect to your life and connect to stuff that's happened in your own life. So I'll start from a young age. This year has gone better, by the way, but from a young age I have been terrified of the dark. When I was younger, I used to wake up in the middle of the night when I was really young. I remember just staring into the darkness, fearing the darkness, basically. And as I got a little bit older, like probably 6, 7, 8, 9 years old, that fear kind of focused not so much into darkness, but into losing all my sight and being stuck in the darkness for the rest of my life, not being able to see light again. I always said that I love the sunlight and stuff. And you know what? Now I still think I can see the sunlight a little bit, but it's faded mostly away. However, being afraid of of blindness, basically, is what my fear was, isn't actually as bad as it sounds. And you might be sitting there going, "Well, Jake, you have a genetic disorder, genetic thing, retinitis pigmentosa, that continues to make your eyesight get worse. You're gonna lose all your eyesight." And I'm gonna tell this to you right now, that God lights my path. God lights the rooms for me. God turns on the lights for me. And you might be asking me how I know this, how this is true. And I can tell you that I now can go and sit in a room in the dark for an hour, never realize the lights aren't on, and I look around me and the room is completely lit up. The room is bright. It is like a sunny day in there. It's like nice and bright, like exactly how I'd want it. And then someone can walk in after an hour and go, "Why are you sitting in the dark?" And in a blink of an eye, that room goes from that perfect light to pitch black. And you might say that it's my imagination I'm creating this light. And I mean, yes, it is technically my imagination, but I think God gave me that imagination so I didn't actually have to sit in the dark. Even when the light's too dim for me to see, which is now most of the time, I'm not sitting in the dark. I am sitting in the light still, because God is allowing me to see the light. And for a while, when this first started happening, it kind of started freaking me out, because I'm like, where is this light coming from? Why am I seeing light in the dark? But now it almost comforts me. I feel good when I see it, because now I think of it as God's lighting up my world. God's letting me see light, because when I was younger, the thing I was most afraid of was losing my sight to the point that I couldn't see light anymore. And now I can be in a completely dark room, and if I wanted to be light in there, I can see light, which, like I said, you might say is my mind trying to find the light and stuff. But I thank God for it, because I see it as a gift from God. God knew that I liked seeing the light. God knew that the light was one of my favorite things to see. I like the light, and so He allows me to see light, even the times when I can't, or there's no light, or it's dim, too dim for me to see, too dim for me to catch and notice. And that's the thing, is we have to realize that God does give us things to set us up for success. We just have to recognize them. There's little things some people might not recognize, because scientifically, I've never researched it, but scientifically, it's probably my brain trying to search for something to focus on. It's just creating light. That it thinks it's seeing light because it is trying to focus on something, not finding anything to focus on, because eyes don't work. So, and that might be a scientific explanation, but I truly believe that it's God setting me up for success. God knows that I'm going to be more cheerful, happier, willing to spread joy, more willing to spread His word and stuff if my world's lit up. And that's the thing. So now I'm sitting here, and all the time I'm able to see the light. And actually, a lot of the time, it's not light how I remember it was. It's almost more like a heavenly light, I would say. Like, it's like that soft glow that just makes you want to, like, bask in it all day and stuff. And I really think that it's a gift from God. So we have to get better at recognizing our gifts from God and realizing that God knows our deepest fears as well. I had a hard time putting a finger on my fear when I was a kid. I always assumed there was like that monster in the bed kind of thing and stuff. But as I got older, I started to realize it wasn't so much a fear of that, although when I was younger, I did fear that as well. But it was more of the fear of the unknown darkness, and not being able to see. That'd be my entire world then at some point. And that's what I really think that God set me up for success by setting me up so I'm able to do that. Because now I'm able to sit there and see the light. I'm able to sit there and enjoy the light. And this might sound like a small gift, and it is, because God's blessed me with a lot of bigger gifts and stuff. But sometimes we have to recognize the small gifts too, because some of these small gifts set us up for the bigger gifts. Some of these small gifts keep you happy, keep you cheerful, ready to go. And that's the thing we have to realize. We have to realize that even the small gifts are important. We have to thank God for even the small gifts, because without the small gifts, the big gifts won't work quite as good. This is Jake Crew. Thanks for watching. See y'all next week. Blind Faith. Just remember, pay attention to the gifts that God gives you, and keep believing and keep loving God even in these hard times. Thanks for watching.